Hey there folks, rinimt here and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Heavensward. In the last part, we did Lost City Vanderport Hard and Sephiroth Normal. On Extreme, still has been a PFF in the past 5 minutes. Now it's time for some Alexander rearmed. Roundrox thinks long and hard on what to do with precious glowstone. It is most favored treasure of Roundrox, but glowstone is also what Might seeks all this time. Has already brought Roundrox 3 whole years of joy, so Roundrox decides to give it to Might so she can be happy too. For now, Roundrox entrusts treasure to Uplander to give to Might at next meeting. Even Midas gobbies dare not try to take glowstone from mighty Uplander. Roundrox does not know where Might is now, but she often gazes out on giant whirly cogs from Broken Watercross. Maybe Uplander find her there? Okay. Which is apparently over here. Up here? Yes. From afar, that Master Steel has a certain majesty, does it not? Something tells me you didn't come here to share the view. What is it? Roundrox means to give me the Codex fragment? I couldn't possibly accept. She values that stone over the rest of her treasures combined. Yet, it may be safer in the hands of one more capable of defending it. Safer for all concerned. Cause to know the Illuminati will stop at nothing to get it. Very well, if she feels I should have it, I will hold it in safekeeping for her. Alas, it is of no more use to me than any other rock. You doubtless recall the moment when Roundrox first revealed the Codex fragment to us, yes? When she took the stone in her hands, a piece of the Enigma Codex burst forth unbidden in a brilliant flash of light. Yet had been handled many times by others, yourself included, without ever betraying a hint of the secret contained within. Did you not find that strange? I myself was surprised, albeit for a different reason. The Codex is protected by an arcane mechanism, you see. Only those who share its fundamental principles are able to view its contents. It is rare indeed to find an individual with the qualities required to read it. Roundrox possesses such qualities is an unexpected blessing to be sure, but if the Illuminati were to learn of her secret, she would be placed in grave danger. Even as we speak, they scour the hinterlands in search of their elusive and missing piece. As far as I know, they still view our friend as a mere collector of misplaced items. For her sake, we must do our utmost to draw their attention away from Big West Shortstop before they take it into our hands and return. And it is for that reason I mean to leave this place. When the Illuminati learn that I have the fragment, it's my hope that they will focus their efforts on ascertaining my whereabouts. Needless to say, I may not return to Big West Shortstop for some time. While I'm gone, I would ask that you watch over Roundrox, see if she does not come to harm. Yeah, my thanks, adventurer. As I thought, I am no longer worthy. Wage searches for Uplander with much urgency. Uplander must return to Big West Shortstop at once. Arya, not a moment too soon. The Illuminati are getting ready for something big. Excuse me. Ishtola reports that Alexander has started drawing massive amounts of ether from the surrounding land, which can only mean one thing. The Illuminati presume their attempts to revive it. What's more, Backworks reports that the goblins are amassing substantial quantities of explosives and supplies, but all indications they're building another weapon. In short, it's bad. But it's nothing a bit of strategic thinking can't fix. They say he who strikes first strikes last. That's exactly what I intend to do. I devised a plan which should allow us to take the Illuminati unawares, and I'd like you to spearhead the assault. Our rendezvous point is to the south, on the cliffs overlooking the Thalia. Biggs has gone ahead to scout the area. We shall await your arrival there. Alright. Oh, there you are. Almost flew right past. Arya, good to see you. Ooh, I take it Wedge just told you the situation. Ready to hit the Illuminati where it hurts? You bet. That's what I'd like to hear. The chief will be here soon, and then we can get things underway. Bloody hells, if it ain't Y'shtola! No one told me you were coming. An etheric disturbance of this scale demands my personal attention. Judging by the marked fall in ambient ether concentrations, the situation is far graver than previously assumed. And you are certain that steel monstrosity is to blame? I can see no other explanation. The giant's innards are well nigh saturated with ether already, yet I sense something else. An irregular energy coming from within the barrier. Be that as it may, I'm afraid we have more pressing concerns. The Illuminati are up to something, and we need to hit them before they can put whatever it is they're planning into action. Jen, allow me to introduce my newest and perhaps most astounding invention, the Electro Jammer III, first of its kind. Clap. Clap. Speechless with astonishment, I see. Well, you should be. The high-frequency waves emitted by this device will interfere with any and all enemy communications, making it impossible for them to coordinate any effective defense. With it working in our favor, victory is all but assured. I see. So assuming I have understood correctly, you need only activate this Electro Jammer of yours, and the Illuminati will be plunged into disarray, affording Arya and her friends ample opportunity to take them unawares? Very well. Proceed. Wedge, is this supposed to happen? Bloody hells. You've woken it up. Nay, only the left arm stirs. Could the waves emitted by your device have disturbed something within the barrier wedge? It's not my fault! Not to worry, Wedge. With the Illuminati hard at work reviving the giant, it was only a matter of time before parts of it started springing to life. It just gave this one a little extra nudge. On a brighter note, it would seem you've saved us the trouble of finding another way in. Aria, old friend, it's time for your customary heroics. The Illuminati are likely still scrambling to work out what just happened. Before they do, I suggest you hop across the river and show them what for. I must discuss these developments with Master Matoya. Sid, would you be so good as to accompany me? Your insight may very well prove useful. Just leave it to me. Another core stirs to life. The future unfolds exactly as expected, exactly as written. White kicks, eyes fixed. Okay. Outlander feels shivery shakes. Arm of steel giant is wide open and no Illuminati in sight. Fist of the Sun is now accessible. You can now have access to Fist of the Sun. Midas can be accessed via the entrance of the Etheric River. Or, you know, by using a duty finder. And yes, we are low manning this again. It's gonna be a bit more painful though. Just a little bit. Alright, so Alexander, Fist of the Sun, A5. I don't remember what A5 is. I'll be honest with you. Which one's A5? Is it that one? So yeah, we have to use the steam vents to get upwards. It is that one. So now we have two boss. What the heck? I'm seeing double. So normally what you would do here is you have one tank take one and one take the other. Usually what ends up happening though is one tank takes both. But, well, you know, such is the way of it. And yeah, the ads don't spawn this time around with these boss. So there is a proximity that lands on one person, one random person in the Alliance. That's why we're both kind of like chilling there, and then just ran for it. But anyways, now we have Humble Boss, which really just an upgraded boss. Nothing really else new to note on it. So it's doing visible vulnerability ups. Normally you would start doing tank swaps after a while, but also normally it would have died. So, yeah. So if a tank gets too many of those, and they just start getting one shot, basically. Here we go. Pew. Oh gosh. I don't like needles. So we have Rat Thinks Twinkle Dinks. Yeah. The first thing it's gonna do is grow big, because this is all about files and experiments and yay! So he is going to do a stacking thing on the tank. The tanks, normally you would have 2 tanks here, and the second tank will be prepared to take it off the first tank at this point. When tank A has concussion, the tank B would pull it off and take this hit, because that happens. We may not be able to do this. Unless I'm on... No, even me on Remage on hell. I'd have to, Astrologian. We may have to group this. Okay, we're gonna do this one more try. Alright, take 2! So yeah, that is why you tank swap it. So this time around, Clan is going to attempt to hit the oh shit button before getting cussed, which is on the 4th hit. Does how it last long enough? Okay, yeah, it does. So yeah, because it just does a royal butt ton of damage. I need to be ready here. I believe he's gonna shrink back down, lowering his hitbox. I want to bring this target over here. That target's a random person who is not the tank. I'm gonna pull it down because it's gonna drop a poison puddle down. Once you see bombs away, you want to head into the one person wants to head into the middle, become a gorilla, and bonk. That's absolutely enough. I think. I'm pretty sure that's good enough. Yeah, so you just have to make sure you're far enough away so you don't get hit by that. Alright, so this time when he goes big, he is going to... You're going to want to reactivate the puddles on the side once you see boost. Make sure it stays up. I'm gonna go into the purple ones this time to go flying. You can actually kind of see what they do. They have a little picture on them. If you're not flying, you'll start taking vulnerability stacks, and you will probably die. I could have been hitting the little thingy there, but it doesn't do much damage. So 2 snakes are gonna spawn here. Not too much of a note on the snakes. I think they might do vulnerability stuff. This might be bad. Yep. Yeah, I think we're gonna need... See, Chimera's gonna spawn now! Yay! Chimera! That's why you want 2 tanks, by the way. person just rushing ahead. And there's definitely people in cutscene, and I betcha just gonna prove it, right? Oh, no, no, maybe not. Oh my gosh, they're actually waiting. They are actually waiting. I think I'm gonna die of shock. This is rare indeed. That's a cosplay, alright. Or a glamour, not cosplay. We're thinking of moving. Hopefully. Not enough though. So we get to show off tank swapping, I guess. Like so. So because tank A was concussed, tank B took it, and everything was all good. Now random person that gets huddle. Breaks it to corner. And huddle goes into corner. Bombs away happens. Person, usually a healer, goes to become a monkey. And knocks away the bomb. And newbie decides to try and kill a bomb. Spoiler, it doesn't work. And that is exactly what happens if you're in range with the bomb. Pain and suffering. Must have more gob elixir. Alright, we want to become Birdie. We're gonna get to see what happens here. See? Vulnerability, vulnerability, vulnerability. Yeah, that is precisely why you become a bird. Case in point. Alright, so now the Chimera's up, I guess we skipped the, what's that called this time? AoE, the snakes that. Yeah, that. We skipped it because we have more damage. So bombs away! I think this time there's gonna be 2 bombs? Yes, there's gonna be 2 bombs. So ideally, 2 people would do it here, but it looks like this is one that's trying to do it. May have it. Yeah, they're good. Of course, the mermaid was still standing in it. Yeah, so that's Alexander tier 5. Power down. Alright, so that was Fist of the Sun. We should be able to do the next 2. Without others. Because I still don't trust people. That was a total rarity. Well done, lass. You left those Illuminati smarting and without so much as a scratch to show for it. Yeah. Now, I'm sure you'd like to finish them off, and we would too, if truth be told, but I'm sorry to say we have a problem. While Wedge and I were out on patrol, we saw something, you see. A meeting between Midas and the enemy. What? And then she handed the codex fragment over just like that. The way she sauntered over back into Alexander with the Illuminati, you'd think this was their plan all along. Certainly looks that way, aye, but we can't rule out the possibility of coercion considering the parties involved. Foolish uplanders. Well, Treasure Hunter was happy to give Codex, and why not? She makes busy deals with the Illuminati since the very beginning. And now Illuminati hold all fragments of the Enigma Codex. Treasure Hunter betrays Uplander's trust and forfeits their future in so doing. What a lot of old bugs! How daft does he think we are? Now, Biggs, if the Grandmaster Illuminati said it, it must be true. Everything is as written. Well, as it must be. If Illuminati are to God chosen to perfect world, what not one piece could be out of place. With this, another page becomes reality. When Illuminati find missing piece, the prophecy will be fulfilled. Goodness me, that goblin hasn't the faintest idea how Uplanders' minds work. I would have been prepared to believe that Vibe was a traitor had he not bothered to come here and confirm it. Now I'm inclined to think she isn't. There may be truth to what Quick King says. Backrick scours over data looking for knowings of what happened 3 years ago. Backrick finds mention of group of Ori treasure hunters 3 years ago. Group went to investigate ruins near Thalia River only to perish in sudden shivery shakes. 3 years ago, you say? That would be the earthquake that accompanied the failed summoning of the Primal, would it? Bugger me. Are you saying it was the treasure hunters doing the summoning? And that Midas was one of them? Now hold on a moment. I'm willing to accept that Midas may have been a member of this doomed expedition. She being an already treasure hunter and all. I fail to see what interest such a group would have in the ideals of the Enigma Codex, let alone summoning a primal. Such was question Backwoods asked himself, so he spends much time gathering knowledge and finds the answer in a book lent to him by Charlie and Uplander. Genius technologist who writes Enigma Codex 100 years ago is Henri Zala with blue hair, exactly like mine. No, Maud would never make busy deals with bad gobbies. Rock searches for Maud, hears truth from her. Rock's wait! The folly of youth. If you're worried about Roundrocks, don't be. Wedge won't let her come to any harm. Truth be told, I'm more worried about this business with Maid. Still, we should be careful of making any rash decisions. As you can bet, that's what the Illuminati want. For now, I reckon we should give her the benefit of the doubt. Innocent until proven guilty and all that. Never works. And anyway, we've got more pressing matters to deal with. Namely, taking back that Codex fragment and pushing on into Alexander before the Illuminati have a chance to show off their defenses. You ready for another round? Good. The sooner you get going, the better, I reckon. Oh, and when you're in the belly of the beast, be sure to break something for me, eh? Cup of the Sun is now accessible. I'm coming out, my accessible. Access that way, blah 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 blah. However, here we go again. We got this. We got this time. Nothing could go wrong. Oh, this setup looks familiar. Very familiar. Almost like we're on the left side instead of the right side. So, we're just gonna go ahead and AoE this nonsense down. So I think I remember which one. A7 now. Got some more mighty gliders here, so let's go ahead. Some more AoEs. I thought I hit... No, whatever. Jump down. Into the hole. Oh boy. It's this one! It's this one. Confirming one particular mechanic. Just to be sure. Okay. It's one I always mess up, so I think. Warning, warning, Uplanders detected! Initiating purge sequence! So this is Blaster! The intro cutscene kind of gave you an idea of what each particular one of these is going to do, because you can see there is another boss line up ahead. So Blaster is going to make some lovely little mines on the ground. Aren't they so great? You obviously do not want to be getting hit by them. Avoid them as best as possible. Alright, now we are going to have some clones. They're going to fall down. And we need to avoid them as best as possible. I didn't actually... Normally 4 of them drop, but there was only 2, so I guess 2 dropped in random places. I didn't see the other 2. Alright, which one is next? Brawler. Which one's the Brawler? Is it that one? I think it's that one. So Brawler is going to take it upon himself to do a magic vulnerability up effect and a nice, lovely giant conal buster like so. Pew. Yeah, that's Brawler's main mechanic, really. Gonna prepare it again, except I think this time it's gonna be pointed out. Oh no, it's just a dual drill. Okay, got it. Shows you how much I remember. A6. Alright, so this time it's on that side. Now it's that blasty pew. I guess whichever one you see him do is which one it's gonna be. Now is the double. So that is a double pew. Yeah, as you can see, Flam was actually getting hit hurt quite a bit there. And yeah, so you would want to be tank swapping when you get too many magic vulnerability stacks, ideally. So Swindler, this is the one I had to confirm something on. I never remember. And Symbol or squares, this always means something. There is now that. So you want to be not floating here. So, because I had arithmetics, I wanted to be on the lower part of the ground. By arithmetics, that's just the basic AoE. Alright, and this is enumeration. Which normally you would have stacked for the number of orbs you see showing there. But, yeah. If I stacked, I probably would have died. Enumeration actually isn't used too much in normal mechanics. More importantly, we are on Vortexer. I think I remember the main gimmick here. seriously, this is one of those tiers I just don't get very much. You see a lot of A 1 through 4, but not this side. Alright, so Blank Kitty has been hit with a water thingy. And now there are going to be fire puddles on the ground. Super Cyclone. I want to be facing over here because that is a knockback. Not want to go over those fire puddles because that will give you a burn. Now there's a water tornado on the ground. This water tornado is going to be very important here. Because we want to freeze it. Like so. Super Cyclone. Now if we go back here, I believe... No, it doesn't knock back, whatever. Yeah, this is how much I remember of A6. Alright, Ultra Flash. This is, I think, where we want to be back here. Yeah, so if you're not behind that, you get damage and probably fast ailments, if I were to guess. Yeah. Much better than A5. And that's your basic image of Vortexer. And it's just looping at this point. Sun's Cuff of the Sun. Halfway there through this tier. Oh hey, it's Midas. And oh god, there's eyelashes. Arya, you haven't seen Round Rocks, have you? I was looking forward to hearing about the new treasure she found. She's looking for you, actually. I see. Well, I will not lie to you. Some of it is true. I did meet with the Illuminati, but that is not the whole story. Allow me to explain. You're saying you handed over the Codex Fragment to stop the Illuminati from coming here and taking it? Yes, but the fragment I handed over to them was not but a stone picked from a pile of rubble. The true Codex Fragment is here, safe and sound. Huh, I bloody knew Quick Thinks was lying. The way he told it, you've been working with Illuminati all along. Loadable bilge, a lot of it. I am afraid not. Quick Thinks told you true. In fact, it was I who first taught the goblins how to summon the primal. I meant only to use them for my own ends, of course, much as I did you. The author of the Enigma Codex was an ancestor of mine. The creation of the so-called perfect world proposed within it has long been the goal of certain members of our tribe, myself included. For years, we strove in secret to realize its higher ideals, free of the twisted elitism which seems to have infected the Illuminati. During that time, there was one who served as a leader. A man who made us believe that our perfect world was within reach. A man with whom I fell in love. Wished for nothing more than to see his dreams come to fruition. So blind was my devotion, I agreed to help him summon the primal without a second thought. The danger to our lives never even crossed my mind. But on that day, 3 years ago, I came to know the folly of our mission. In an instant, the infernal machine laid waste to our hopes, snuffing out the lives of my companions, and the man I loved was dragged into its core. In a last desperate attempt to make right our mistake, I summoned forth a barrier with which to seal Alexander. At that moment, however, the codex shattered and the Colossus vanished without a trace. With the dust settled, I found myself surrounded by the broken fragments of the codex, the cold, accusing remnants of our dream of a perfect world. We were fools to think only of the future. I did not realize it until my friends were gone, but the time we spent on our journey together, pursuing a shared dream, those moments were as precious as any paradise we could have hoped to build. It's a sad old tale, I'll give you that, but that doesn't explain why you had the Illuminati summon in the Primal, or why you had us help you infiltrate it. After everything you've been through, you can't seriously think any good will come of reviving Alexander. You all but said this much yourself. Good has nothing to do with it. Understand, I did not act out of any lingering adherence to my old ideals. I simply wanted to see him again, and perhaps walk to the end of the world with him. Him? Might cannot mean Alexander. Not Alexander itself, but the soul I believe still resides within. Soul of Uplander sleeps in giant machine? Never has Backrix heard such nonsense. Mind must abandon this. Now is not the time. I've got one more question to ask. What happens when all the codex fragments are brought together? Alexander was born from hearts that yearn for a perfect world. The writings of the Enigma Codex inspired such a desire, but they are more than just a collection of texts. The Codex can also be used to control the Primal. To be precise, 2 elements are required, a complete Enigma Codex and one capable of reading it. When both are present, Alexander can be commanded to transport his residents wherever they choose. I myself was once able to read the Codex, but those days are long gone. Now the fragments are as dead to me as stones beneath my feet. There is another, however, to whom the Codex still responds, one we all know quite well. Wait, what? Round Rocks? Are you saying that little girl is the key to controlling a bleed and Primal? Roundbox! Roundbox has been captured! Oh boy. Toppling the Tyrant. Curse me for a fool. I should have known better than to underestimate the Illuminati. I assumed the missing piece in their plan was the Codex fragment, but they were talking about Round Rocks all along. We must mount a rescue, now, without delay. To the Illuminati, she's no better than the cog in that monstrous machine. His like that she is being held somewhere in or close to Alexander's upper body. Continue your push to the left arm, and while the Illuminati are distracted, I will search for a way forward. The orb of the sun is now accessible. Thanks for pulling it up and not letting me. Anyway, hopefully this goes okay. Alright, so there are going to be 4 exhaust ducts on each side, one for each person normally. However, we are just going to go ahead and stick to the same side together. It's fine. It works. So there's going to be ads to deal with on both sides. However, once you deal with ones on one, you can head back over to the other side. Because you know, those ducts here are not accessible yet. They are not accessible until all the ads are dead. Alright, so yeah, normally you'd have 4 on each side, and they would do it that way. Yes, I'm just used to going this way. So last time around, there were some spikes to just make you not be like, oh, which way do I go? I don't know. So, same deal here. Let's jump over to the other side. And they actually have it set up so you can't even switch sides like that until, you know. Well, yeah, because the path here is blah blah blah, not accessible, and my brain is getting to sleep so you can press the buttons correctly. Or word correctly. I didn't have to do it. The cat did it this time. Also, meow. So this is another one I'm kind of iffy on. I think we should be fine. But we'll see how this goes. Also, there would be spikes here if both sides were not cleared. So we are fighting Quick Fink's all thoughts. After that, there's welcome to public execution. There is no tail turn from Godplier X. So he is going to do a marker like this on one person. You will want to point it outwards so that it doesn't hit the rest of the group. I'm going to do that. So one person's going to be marked with prey. They want to separate. They do not want to be near the others. Because yeah, so I'm locked in here. I am burning to death, literally. I'm taking damage as I deal damage. Ow. Let's deal with these bandit real quick. Yeah, so that's the gimmick here. Beam again, that does cause electrocution on whoever it hits, and it's just a tonal, so yeah, you want to point it away. Normally what I try and do, especially if I'm in range, I will like pull back to over here, and back in. I'm the only other valid target because it doesn't take the main tank. The main tank can be taken. They just have to be near whoever gets taken. Help! I'm trapped! I'm struggling to breathe. So in here, there's going to be ads. Let's go ahead and take out this alarm. The faster I do it, the faster I can breathe again. So Sizzle Spark, that's his AoE. And yeah, so like, say if there was a bunch of other people out here, and I was playing like this, I would just be playing right into everyone. So the spikes are gone. Meow. So yes, the cat is involved in the fight. So what's gonna try and happen here is we're gonna try and pull quick things away from the cat because the cat's gonna spawn this true heart. The true heart makes it the quick things that buffs, I believe. Buffs, and it's just not fun. So you don't want to keep quick things out there too long because once the cat's gone, these spikes are eventually going to come back. I think it'll be till next weekend, actually. Yeah, it's not till next weekend. I wish there was a giant bowling ball! Or crushing ball of doom. Oh gosh, it's coming for us. Doom. So now this is actually on the main tank. I don't want to be there. That's gonna be bad for me. So I'm gonna just have to deal with this, I guess. This is gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. So I think because there was no other valid targets here, it didn't actually keep going there too long. Something about bowman protection, I guess, or something. Again, I was pointing that right at everyone. Yeah. A lot of times what happens in, like, normal groups is quick things does not get pulled apart from the cat, so this part does make it there. But ideally, you do pull it apart so that it doesn't go. Oh, okay, this is last. Yeah, so now... Now I am off. Farewell. Of course, it's so big because there might be other people trapped in with you. Now it's going to be poison gas. Nothing I can do. There must be a way to cover it. I guess there is something I can do. Oh my gosh, I'm poisoned. Trying to stand on the thing, and I'm poisoned. So yeah, nothing I can do here except for wait. Literally. And we're back. Hello again. It's me. And yeah, so that's the basics of quick thing thought bots. Still better than A5. Oh, actually I honestly forgot about this particular mechanic. I think it was Magic Hammer. I have not seen this far in, I don't think, ever. Blender Doom is just a tank buster. Got it. Bye! Bye! Alright. So that was Arm of the Sun. Wow. Oh, I am actually starting to get, like, super tired, though. Oy, oy, oy. I think I don't want to do more tired reading. I am just gonna go ahead and do this over 2 recording sessions. So yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's finish this. Uplander sends quick things scurrying. Illuminati think twice before threatening us again. Uplander is nearly through left arm. Next Uplander must push forward into inner parts and save around rocks. Congratulations on your victory over Quick Things. While you were busy dismantling his flying machine, I finished charting Alexander's interior. The chamber you reached is situated in the innermost part of the left sector, which means your next aim should be... Backrix does not trust Treasure Hunter. 3 years ago, she summoned Metal Giant. Backrix wonders if she still wishes to finish mission of Dead Comrades. I do not blame you for doubting me. Truth be told, my former mentors often stressed that were the unthinkable to happen, it would be my burden as the youngest to carry on their work. But building the Codex's perfect world was their dream, not mine. I only borrowed it. As long as I was with those I held dear, I could happily have devoted myself to any cause. Seeing their passion, their joy, that was what filled me with resolve. And it was that which drove me to collect the pieces of the Codex. All their talk of learning and reason, of justice and perfection, meant little to me in itself. I sometimes wonder why I was able to read the Enigma Codex in the first place. Mayhap it was because my youthful mind was a blank slate, receptive to any ideal, if put convincingly enough. In the end, of course, it didn't matter. The Primal took my friend's passion, their joy, and their idealism, and ground them into dust. Though I survived, my commitment to the cause did not. Put simply, I had no need for a perfect world without them to share it. So believe me when I tell you that I did not seek Alexander's return to realize the dreams of the dead. I only wished to see him again. Meaning your leader. The section of Alexander you have been exploring is called Midas, after a king from a Legend of Eld. Midas entreated the gods for a finger that would turn all he touched into gold, and the gods duly obliged, but in his carelessness he transformed the one he loved most in the world into a lifeless golden statue, and thus the thing he coveted became his undoing. And so it was with me in mind. Had we but paused for a moment to consider the means, not simply the end, mayhap my friends would still be alive, but we did not, and they are gone. My one remaining wish is simple, to speak with the man I love once more. If I could do that, I would be satisfied. There, I've told you everything. Assuming no one else wishes to question my motives, I would speak of Ramrox's rescue, as was my original intent. Now listen well. Alexander is divided into 3 main sections, each powered by an independent core. You have already fought your way through to the innermost part of Midas, the left arm. The core lies only a little way beyond, but you may be sure that the Illuminati will have deployed the bulk of their forces to defend it. Hold on a minute. Why would they choose to keep round rocks there? The cores are just power sources. You are correct, and the answer is they wouldn't. Round rocks is most likely being held within Alexander's upper body, but the Illuminati have locked the entrances from either arm, making it impossible to enter. Our only choice is to stop the core, and in so doing, stop Alexander. I see. Why, that's actually rather clever. The Illuminati need round rocks to control the Primal, but if they can't move, they'd have no need for her. At the very least, they'll have no choice but to keep her safe until the Primal is in working order again. Activating those cores would have used up every crystal the Illuminati had. If they destroy the second one, I doubt they'll have enough to get them operational again. Do Uplanders truly think Metal Giant can be toppled? One step behind. Treasure Hunter truly believes Solo Lost One sleeps in Metal Giant madness, but Backrix does not doubt resolve to rescue Round Rocks. Go with Might deep into Midas and deactivate second core, but do not underestimate Illuminati. Day and night they bring supplies into Steel Fortress. Backrix suspects Illuminati are tinker making new weapons. Burden of the Sun is now accessible. Now I've access to Burden of the Sun. So let's go ahead and queue it up. Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. That was 50 minutes of queuing solo DPS. Checked queuing DPS plus healer. Still terrible queue. Finally 5 minutes of queuing DPS and tank. And now one of the healers isn't responding. That's pretty much my luck. Oh my gosh. How is this so hard to queue for? It's also like right when people are playing. It's only in the middle of the night. Probably better queue in the middle of the night, to be honest. Logo was like a pixel off the bottom. And of course they charge in, don't give people time to buff. So this is Onslaughter, you'll notice it's I'm gonna go down easily. Mega Beam, you want to avoid the front. Let's do that. Also want to avoid front because tank buster stuff. And execution is this? What is this? Alright, we got some team regulars. We need to defeat these. The range to take care of the back ones. Mega Beam! Perpetual Ray, AoE, so let's talk about that. Or no, that was just that. Alright, now both tanks are gonna have to be busy because we have our buddies back. Brawler and Vortexer are back. So we're gonna go ahead and work on Brawler first. I believe he's the more annoying one. Oh, I should say that. Vortexer's gonna put the puddles out. No tornado that would have to freeze this time. Also, I'm like practically shouting that I want this music turned up. Vortexer, this tank is not pulling it out of the goop. Okay, so that's Brawler and Vortexer. Now we've got Swindler and Blaster. Let's go ahead and go for Swindler first, I believe. how we will want to do this. So the height difference stuff is back, and everyone is over on Blaster. Same deal. You don't want to actually be floating. So let's be lower down. Mind Blast from Blaster over there. Blaster will do the things with the clones again, which it's actually doing right now. We will want to watch out for these, not be in the line of any of them. Of course, Blaster died before it actually went off. Initially, new combat protocol, preparing Link to begin synchronization. You're wondering why there wasn't different music in this fight, right? So this is Brute Justice! This is the actual fight we have to do here. Double Rocket Punch is a tank buster! And this is a stack combined with those. Also, that is a giant, massive frontal thing. Apocalyptic Ray. Do not want to be in front. We want to definitely get out from there because this ninja is telling us why. There's a vulnerability stack if you are hit by that. Super Jump is a jump on person to targets, which happens to be me. And I think that's the main thing. I don't know if we're going to actually see the ultimate here. It's actually kind of hard to see the ultimate on Brute Justice. That's so cool to see the ultimate on Brute Justice. I'll be honest, it really is. I'm kind of holding back, hoping we can see it. I really want to see it. I don't want to do it separately, but I will. I will threaten to do this fight separately so we can see the ultimate on Brute Justice. We are going to see it. Darn it! Midas complete! And everyone's left. Of course. I got a player commendation! Yay! The Maiden Knot. A little smoky from our explosion, it would seem. The second core, I do believe. Once that's out of commission, Alexander won't be going anywhere. Diane, would that I could see you just once more. Farewell, my love. You. leaves us alone, I see. Not that I blame you. We all know what Arya did to you last time. To usher in future that has been writ, even strongest Gobby must sometimes pretend to be weak and let enemies win. Oh, pretending, were you? I suppose losing this core was all part of your plan. Don't make me laugh. You know as much about the future as we do. Quick Thinks knows all. For example, Quick Thinks knows one among Uplanders carries true fragment of Enigma Codex. It seems the game is up big, so there's no hiding the truth from Quick Thinks. Very well, I admit it. I have the fragment. I won't be handing it over to the likes of you. Oi, Wedge, didn't you hear him? He knows all! Which means he knows that what you're carrying is a worthless rock, while I've got the genuine article tucked away in me small clothes. Quick Thinks already knows conclusion of Uplander's childish games. He's coming for me. Eh? What's he waiting for? Long ago was outcome decided. Uplanders think they are victorious, but luck is no friend to them today. What? And now Enigma Codex belongs to Illuminati. All pieces fall into our hands. Far as I can make out, the thing's in good working order. No damage, no signs of tampering. I can only think it was an energy fluctuation that did it. Just bad luck. Bad luck? You saying it was pure chance that the platform stopped at that exact moment? Then what about Quick Things? There's no way he could have predicted something like that. The odds would be infinitesimal. Infinitesimal. Bleh. Well, however he did it, the fact remains that he did. But that doesn't mean we have to stand for it. When someone takes something from you, you just have to take it back. Alright. Well, shoot. Do Uplanders forget something? Matters are too urgent for such foolish doings. What? Tomflaws of Uplander make Backricks almost a laugh. Uplander claims already have stopped core and lost fragment to Quick Things. Look here, Uplander. Backricks has brain case like steel trap, catching all things heard, all things seen. And he saw Uplanders leave but a few moments ago. Backricks senses something is amiss. What? Just having to check something here. I don't want to accidentally start the next tier. Alright. A gob in the machine. Backricks is certain the Uplanders left for Male Giant only moments before returning. He watches Uplanders disappear over horizon with own 2 eyes. But it is impossible to return so soon if Uplander's tale is true. Why Treasure Hunter also makes such claims, Backwoods does not know. Go, Uplander, trade tongue thoughts with mine, and together think of explanation. Have you been able to make any sense of Backwoods' account? According to his version of events, we would scarcely have had time to reach the core, much less shut it down. But we were all there. We all know what happened. Are you sure he's not just confused? Maybe he got lost in all that data of his and forgot the time. I'm afraid not. That is, almost a goblin standing near Watch Alexander was also confused. His reports corroborate Backwoods'. No. Something else is going on here. I'm certain of it. The question is, what? If we assume for a moment that the goblin's accounts are true, hardly any time has passed since we entered the barrier around Alexander. Time stopped? Impossible. Impossible. You mean like quick things predicting exactly what was going to happen in the courtroom? I hate to say it, but maybe he wasn't talking out of his arse. If time doesn't work the same in there, maybe he saw the future. There may be another explanation for that. There's a device deep within Alexander capable of performing complex mathematical calculations. It is not outside the realm of possibility that it could be used to predict the outcome of simple events. Using mathematics to predict the future? Now, even I could believe that. Even if I could believe that, it wouldn't explain this business with Backwoods. Dix is right. Perhaps the presence of Primal somehow disrupted the flow of time within the barrier. It's only a theory, of course, and a far-fetched one at that, but it might go some way towards explaining recent events. To be clear, you're implying that the Illuminati are aware of this temporal disruption and have been using it to somehow gaze into the future? Very well. If you're willing to accept that, why not go further? Might it not be the case that they have already found a way to bend time to their will? By moving back and forth in time, the Illuminati can effectively manipulate the present however they saw fit. They would ever remain one step ahead of us, our every effort doomed to fail from the first. Now, that's a sobering theory, but still only a theory, right? There's no point panicking just yet. Wedge, give the chief a call on your Link Pro, why don't you? If anyone knows how to untangle this knot, it's him. Chief, it's me. It's about Alexander. We know something strange about the time inside the Primal. What? No, not our time inside the Primal. The time. I mean time itself, Chief. It might be best if you just came here. I will await your arrival. Alright, let's wait for Sid to arrive. Is that a heated debate I hear? Boys, you started without me. Now, what was that you were saying over the wing pearl? Something about running out of time? Sid insisted that I accompany him, though I would have come even had he not. Matters have taken a turn for the worse, I gather? Yeah. You could say that again. The Etheric Fluctuations are akin to those they observed shortly before the Primal's awakening. In the absence of a functioning core, its form is dissipating, albeit slowly. Shtola, would you mind lending me your goggles for a moment? It can't hurt to have a second opinion. What? What in the seven hells? The Aether pouring from the primal is flowing backwards, as if time were passing in reverse? This cannot be. Such a phenomenon is wholly without precedent. Knowing so little of this primal's capabilities, however, it would remain remiss to discount the possibility outright. It is as we fear, then, at this very moment, Alexander could be undoing our efforts to shut down its cores. All of our labors will have been for naught. Ah, the treasure hunter of whom we have heard so much. You seem unperturbed by our outlandish speculations. Was this perchance the subject of Wedge's communication? Gods help us. If there's any truth to this, it won't matter how many cores we disable. The Illuminati will simply undo any damage we cause. Then what do we do, Chief? How do we begin to fight something like that? To erase the past. To return to a clean slate. Could Diane have known? Preparations for restoration of Enigma Codex are complete. Calculations show margin of error for future readings is 0.03%. Foolish Gobby. When feature is decided, there is no error. There is no failure. Listen well, chosen of Illuminati. At last, all pieces are in place, no matter how... No longer must wise suffer foolishness of unwise. Time has come back to backstrike, and fears will make way for perfect world or die. Now, restore Enigma Codex! Now it's Alexander Illuminati's to control. Soon will cores disabled by Uplanders be disabled no longer. Reverse time! Once power flows to third core, Alexander will be fully operational, and with third core will its true potential awaken. Wings of time will unfurl, and all of history will be at mercy of Illuminati. Chosen ones will amend mistakes of past and reshape world into perfection. At last, prophecies of Enigma Codex will be fulfilled. And quick thinks all thoughts will rule as king of new world, of correct world. Chosen ones, menders of history, be proud to serve as builders of this paradise. They should tell the chief have returned to Matoya's cave. Don't worry, between them, they're sure to find the answers to our problems. If it isn't waiting on the shelf in the Charlian Annals, it'll be in some forgotten corner of the chief's brain. You mark my words. And the next time we meet, Quick thinks we'll be ready for him. Adventure, there is something I would like to discuss with you, but mayhap it would be best to wait until we are safely back at the shortstop. I'll meet you there. Nope. I suppose I should start by apologizing for everything. Were it not for me, the Illuminati would never have summoned that infernal machine or gained the means to control it. Now Quick thinks possesses the power to manipulate time, to see the future and erase the past. I dare not think how he will use it. Returning the course to their former state was but a foretaste. When all three are active and Alexander can traverse both time and space, nothing will stand between the Illuminati and their twisted utopia. We cannot let it come to that, Arya. Somehow we must find a way to stop them. But first, we must rescue Roundrox. Of all the innocent victims of this sorry tale, her plight pains me the most. The shortstop just isn't the same without her. I hope someone will keep her treasure safe until she returns. I think that is it. Yep, the Midas touch. If I check recommendations. Alright. Alright, fine. They're still not helpful. So, I guess next time we'll hopefully have a Sephiroth group. A Sephiroth Extreme group. Otherwise, I guess we're moving on to 3.3. Yay! So yeah, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider liking, commenting, and or subscribing. If you really enjoy it, consider supporting the channel. All support greatly helps to keep me content like this and more. You can find the links for that in the description, along with links to me on social media. So thank you again for watching, and until next time, this is rinimt, signing out. Bye! Before we go, though, I hear there's something I need to do. This music, though. When you're stuck waiting on a mechanic to happen. His ultimate takes so long! Oh, there's a Mega Beam. I forgot he did Mega Beam. Here we go! Okay. Oh, that was, yeah, JK. That's a Blue Mage spell. Alright, so these are bringing back mechanics from A7? Yeah. So you got the mod, you got that, you got the double buster, literally. Okay, some shock, height difference, mega beam. Ow. That was actually as before loading. So that's the ultimate. The best part of this fight. takes forever to get there, but yeah. Oh, you get a Brute Justice card. And there's one more thing to show. So of course this does have a savage version to the fight. Instead of a mount, this one gives a minion. This is actually, I think, one of the only savages that gives a unique minion. All the others give a mount. Is it? Yeah, all the others give a mount. This is the only one with a minion. So, I don't know why it's different, but it is, I guess, because it was just their first sets doing it. Anyways, this is Fossilite. This is the minion unique to A8S. So yeah. Now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next part. Yeah, it's basically AAS is that, except Brute Justice is longer, but you have to burn it more if you don't want to deal with mechanics. Which is basically what my group said. So yeah, J kicks a blue bait now. So thanks for watching. Bye!